Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Art of Evan K. Here I'll be doodling for you Saturday mornings. Been doing a little series here called the Selfie Doodle. I take a picture of myself and draw a little background behind it. It's a little opportunity for me to entertain the masses. Not that any of you really would find any of this entertaining. And to improve my own drawing skills and hopefully share an hour's worth of relaxing kickback time watching a little bit of just a dude drawing something, trying to keep his art skills up. And honestly, this one is a little less in the realm of true draftsmanship. Most of the time, it's just an opportunity for me to let the brain go free a little bit, do a little free association. And, and at the same time, I'm trying to get a little better at talking while I'm on camera while I do something else, It's not easy to think and draw at the same time, but that's sort of the fun of it, becoming a little bit more live in what I do. So let's get into it. I'm using Procreate. There's last week's drawing. It was a fun one. But let's go back to our area and get a new started. Social 2K. That's my preset that I've made. Now, we'll just start on black with all of the normal things. I like to start with a 6B pencil. Now, when we start, I like to go into my recent photos and take one of me from recently. Went out for a little walk. That's why you see some of these fun looking things. Maybe I'll draw on something that's not my face eventually. But for now, what are we gonna do? We got some fun ones here. I like that. The hair's doing some fun flippy things. I like that you can see very clearly the amount of gray/white in my beard these days. This one's cool, but this one is very much about the background, and I intend on taking the background out. So maybe not this one, as fun as it is. Church of Divine Man. You know what? I think this is the winner for today. Okay, let's get into it. So we use this fun little auto select feature and then bring it in, drag it in, and do what we like to call a paste. Yes, allow paste. Thank you. Now, one other thing that I need from previous sessions, gotta get my frame, because this makes sure that I have it have the image in a good place, looking good for both vertical and for when it automatically crops to a more 4:5 square image. So let's copy this guy, bring it back in. Honestly, I kind of like having these little rituals of preparing my board. It's it's as close as you get in digital art to prepping your paint brushes. When I do comics and cartoons, I really like laying out the page and kind of drawing my own margins and trim lines. I think it just gets you into that draftsmanship mood. And this serves a sort of similar purpose. It sort of gets me thinking about, gets started on that situation. This one, I really like the colors. So I think I'm going to drag in the original photo. Just to get some color reference. All right, it's fine. And we'll just call this original. And maybe even make it centered, taken care of in this frame. Figure out a place that looks good for me to be. This one I think I can get away with being more or less centered. How much space I want to take up in the frame is always an interesting thing to figure out. Yeah, let's go with that for now. I like it. I got a lot of space above my head. I think I'll eventually start experimenting more with these, but I kind of want to get down the normal formula first. See where that takes me. And from here, I'll just start drawing. Just call it pencil to start with, because I never really know what's going to happen at first. Now, in this case, maybe one of the first things I'd be interested in doing is, you can see my hand in the reflection of the glasses. So I've been toying around with adding other things to the glasses that aren't reflections. I already have kind of a red face thing going. And the lenses are already in this sort of violet arena. I may even just want to copy what's there. Oh, look at my lines. Yes, we're getting old, people. I'm getting old. Older. I don't feel old. Not today, anyway. I try to get... I don't want to, you know, succumb to this thinking in my generation in particular that makes it sound like we've got so much that we are just going to be constantly... that we're just old before our time, you know. I think there's better ways to use our time. Which is not to say that I don't occasionally feel quite old. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to erase what I don't want. Yep, there we go. Maybe I should get it even wider. This is what I mean by experimenting. I don't actually know what's going to happen. I'm not actually trying to go for a specific look. Maybe I will sooner or later, but for now, I want to keep myself open to experimentation and trying things. This is a thing that I have, I think to my detriment, avoided more and more as I've become a more professional artist. And it's too bad because I want to have the opportunity to, you know, explore more. It's more interesting that way, if you ask me. I kind of like this classic color picker from in Procreate. I think that it let's get that a little deeper. Yeah, maybe take the opacity way down, because what I want to start doing is having a little bit of a deeper hue starting here. And of course, the goal is to get something done in an hour that I didn't have before, which is partially why I start with the Selfie. I was thinking about because of the taper settings, it's getting thicker on the right side than it is on the left side. That's interesting. Well, let's go the other way for a second. Just get something. Yeah, even lower opacity. All right, that has potential to be kind of fun. So, okay, now how do I want to do this? Take it off. I'll try selecting. This doesn't always go super well. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I just make a friggin' mask. That's more like it. Okay, and then, yeah, what's going to be the best for this? Yeah, medium airbrush, that might have been what I had anyway. Oh, no wonder, it's a hidden layer. I think I want to reverse this actually, so let's get a color fill going. Fill layer, and then I will bring back what I want. Make it a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. Bring it up to the edge. Yeah, maybe this potentially has something fun going on. It's a good place to start. All right, I'm going to, before I get into the fine details, I'm going to do this one over here. I'm at full opacity? Yes, I am. Okay. So I'm just going to bring this in and see what happens. Well, really what I'm doing is I'm going to see if I like this without going all the way to the edges. Yeah. It could use a little bit more color variation, couldn't it? Let's see. Maybe I will just... What do I want for this? Color balance. Nah, I see. That's not what I want. I think I want... Let's try curves first. Oh, it's getting a very, like... What is that look I'm thinking of? It's a very, like, synth wave YouTube video kind of look to it. That's sort of fun, but let's try something else. Let's try just the hue and saturation, because maybe if it's saturated but brighter. Yeah, I don't want to change the hue too much. I like the colors that I picked. Let's try that. Okay, back to our mask. And we're going to get real tight in there. In fact, maybe this one is good to start getting the harder edge on. A little bit more fine-tuned. And it doesn't always pick up the curve that you want it to, but sometimes it does. Ooh, that's never happened to me before. What's going on there? I can feel my left side tensing up a little bit just in my body. I think it's also good for artists to it's good for anybody to pay attention to their body, right? The body keeps the score. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, let's go in and alter that. And now, if I was really doing this like for, I don't know, like a commission or like a client or something. That's the edge, approximately, yeah. I would probably want to go in and make sure that all of the colors were, that I had a more general overview of the colors in the background before I committed to one specific color. But you know, this is a project where I am working things out as I go and discovering as I go. So that kind of, you know, best practices to me doesn't apply right now. I'm just gonna do what feels right. That needs to sometimes for little things like that I kind of let it go, but I can't when I'm on YouTube. I have to let people know that I'm perfect. But no, I am not perfect, and you shouldn't think that you are or that I am. That's another thing that I hope that if I do this enough, people can get out of it. You know, I don't want to liken myself to the greats, the great heroes, but you know, who isn't inspired by Bob Ross? I know not even a quarter as much as Bob Ross did about true artistry. He was an amazing guy, but if there's something I can bring, a little joy, a little being okay with experimentation, just getting people excited to draw again, then I think I'll do that. I think that's good. Okay, so now we've got some sunglasses. This is a nice place to start. This is fun. And I was so concerned about these edges. It's of course making me notice all the ways that the iPhone isn't picking up the mask perfectly. But I don't want to mess with that. I want to I think I'll keep the artifice here for a little while. So let's start working on the background, because that's really what's going on here. Now, honestly, that's kind of cool. I wonder if it would be fun to actually you know what? We'll call this BG1 because I typically have more than one BG. I'm going to also make this shadow version. How would I do this? All right, the easiest way, I think, is going to be, oh, I want to do the opposite, and then invert, and now, well, this will be the easiest way to do it. Yeah, just actually, oh, now that's kind of fun. Ooh. See, again, this was not what I was intending, but maybe there's something. Oh, I want to keep messing with this. Okay, I'll do that on another layer, but this one, I was thinking of actually just turning into a drop shadow of, oh, no, I see. That's a blender. I don't want a blender. Hard big brush. Let's go with that. Now that's sort of fun. There goes the planes. And then let's get rid of this, and then, oh man, that's cool too. Damn, this is the problem with doing this kind of thing. You can start to get really caught up in the details. Okay, so now we're looking at this. I think that in this regard, there ought to be, well, let's go back to basics. We've got a violet color, a purplish violet over here. So the complementary color to that would be something in this range, this sort of I don't know, it's not a pastel yet. You know, another good, I can't do it yet if I want to keep this. Well, I lost it anyway. Okay, I'll come back to that. But check this out. This is also a nice thing to do. Oh, if I can figure out how to do it here. So what I want to do is create a desaturated modification layer. In essence, a way for me to turn this into a black and white or a grayscale image. Shoot. It wouldn't be a clipping mask. Yeah, layers empty. Damn. You know what? I'm going to find out how to do it. Okay, making a desat. An adjustment layer. Psh. Okay, making an adjustment layer in Procreate. To create an adjustment layer in Procreate, you can select a desaturated color, drop the color onto a layer, apply a saturation blending mode. Oh my God. Let's see if Procreate has anything. Yeah, so they don't have exactly what we're talking about. It seems like the thing that they're trying to tell us to do is to just occasionally do this. Oh, I see. That's not even. All right. So this isn't going to be perfect, but I think this will work. Oh, spent some time getting that color. It's all right, I'll get it back. All right, we're going to fill this layer. Whoops. All right. This series can also be called Evan Learns How to Use Procreate. If you didn't know. Okay, so if we use the saturation one, oh, well that does the same sort of thing. All right, it's a white layer with the mixed with saturation. And does it work for everything? Let's give it a try. We've got some red. Yeah, again, this is probably what I should have been doing in the first place, like putting some colors in the background. Yes, turn on this layer. We'll get some more. Maybe this little kind of green in there, and even some of this sky, which is fun. And I like when it gets... Okay, so we've got some colors now. Get rid of that. And let's see, does this work? Yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. So that essentially does the same thing. And what this does is it makes you more cognizant of the values that you're using. So the way you would do this with a normal piece of artwork, or sorry, a physical piece of artwork in the real world would be you can try to accomplish this by squinting at it, which takes some of the color out. And when you squint at a drawing that you're making with color or with gradation and value, you can kind of start to see where the values lie. And you want to have good contrast with your values is the main thing. So let's call this desat adjustment layer. Later, I'll keep that. So even just picking them out right there, it's not so bad. Okay, well, let's go crazy. Now, I've got this. What I wanted to do originally with this was to offset it and see what it looked like having a drop shadow on me. It's kind of better up there, isn't it? Which way is the light coming from in this image? It's really full on. I was out in the sunlight, so you're seeing it mostly around here, here, and on the bridge of my nose, which means it's pretty much coming straight down here, here. This area is getting left dark, dark, dark. My little forehead divot is a little dark. You can see up there. Yeah, okay. So in this situation, we can decide wherever we want. The drop shadow doesn't really have to adhere to the proper physics of the light in this environment, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. You know what? Ooh, this will be fun. Okay, here we go. I'm going to keep this guy as is, but let's make a whole bunch of these and start. I'll turn this down so that we remember our original. Oh, caps lock only needs to be pressed twice. Oh, gee. Okay, so in fact, maybe I'll put it below the background. Okay, let's start trying something. Let's start with 3 on each side. You're going to see what I'm working on here in a second. It should go left to right. So, okay. So first things first, let's get over to our black. And what do I want it to be? I want it to be... All right, this is where experimentation comes in. Test. I like to work with a lot of layers and then consolidate down, but that's just me. Okay, so do I want it to go get darker towards me? That's as dark as it can be. And then shift into light. Yeah, my face is already pretty light, so that could work out nicely. And it's not going to go above my head in my understanding yet. Okay, so that's fun. Or do I want it to be more like... I want it to be more like dark over on one end and then getting... Actually, you know what? If I did it this way, I think I'd want to go the opposite direction. Yeah, let's start here. Oh my God. Oh, I went back too many steps. I deleted the layer. Okay, so try this. Have to do a few more steps to make this work out the way I'm thinking it ought to. It's getting darker. Okay. Okay, so do I like that? Or that? That? Or that? That's more satisfying. I like that more. Okay. All right, so now we've got that. Let's get back to the basics. So, although it's not basic. So we need 3 colors. And honestly, you know what? I'm going to build it out this way first. Automatic. Okay. And we don't like this one, so let's get rid of it. Let's do this. Drop it down. Now we will do the first one. Yep. Okay. Got that color selected. Now bring it up here. Coming in here. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, they're all on multiply. That's fun. Let's make it not multiply. Now this is only for... Yeah, there we go. I want to make it... Or wait, you know what? It needs to be... Okay, great. And I want 3 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got them all. So it's not really a shadow anymore, but we'll call it that. And then this one. Okay, get rid of this guy and color pick this. This one. Bring it back to normal, although maybe we decide to make them all multiplied later. We will decide. Oops. Oh, that is what I wanted. That's great. To do, I guess since I have those things picked already, it just did it for me. Ain't that nice? Before I move it over, I should turn this one back on and see where this lands. Yep, there we go. This should be fine. And I was walking around in the neighborhood when I made this image, or when I took this selfie rather, and it got me thinking about something. What the hell was it? It was something interesting that I wanted to share with you. I just remembered. I hope that it doesn't come across right away that I need this selected, that I select. There we go, baby. Yeah, all right. Nope. What did I do? I hope that it doesn't come across that I oh, I didn't do it. Okay. That I really am, you know, just into looking at myself. I mean, I got this idea because I actually don't look at myself a lot. I kind of avoid looking in the mirror. I kind of don't have an image of myself, and I started to realize that it affects my self-worth to not have an image of myself in my head. So I think it's important to get comfortable with the way you look, the way that you are in the world, the person that you are, you know? So I want to, and I really want to be a person who helps people recognize those kinds of things, because I do think it's important. Yeah, I don't want people to kind of like, you know, do what I've done for a long time, which is talk myself down and tell myself that, you know, not worth it, or that there's better things I could be doing. I suppose in a way there's always something better you could be doing, but who wants to live their life like that? Who wants to live their life just based off of how productive you can be? This is truly great for me because it allows me some time to actually, you know, feel the presence of something. All right, let's bring this up so I can see it. It is darker. Okay. Your eyes can play such interesting tricks on you. I didn't think that this to the right of me was darker, but I guess it is. That's good to know. We are coming up on 15 minutes until the end of this. I've wasted a lot of time on the glasses and everything. So let's get this finished and then see where we get to in the next 15 minutes to half an hour or so. Got my color selected. See this? Let's hit select, and there we go. That one can stay right there. Now we'll do this fella. It's on top. That color. Here we go. Select. Yeah. And now we'll bring this one underneath. Yay. And we will move it out. Bring it down. Seems good. All right, and now the final countdown. One of the first ones of these that I did, the very first one that I did not end up recording audio for, I tried singing. I tried humming. I personally like singing. I don't think I'm too self-conscious about it, which is always the thing that gets in the way of being a decent singer. But, you know, I've always thought that more... yeah, there it is. Yeah, and then you know what? I think this one ought to come. Oh, it's gonna not be covered up. That's too bad. Yeah, but you know what? That's fine. Just add a little bit to it. Now, this was not even what I was thinking would be the final thing of this. There we go. I was actually thinking that this would be, let's get rid of this. Oh, dingle topper. Yeah, so I actually wanted this to be these colors. So now that we've got this, let's take off this adjustment layer and start messing with it here. Wow. Oop. Come on, fly, get off. What's so darn interesting about my leg? And we got this selected. This is a cool little hack that I just did not know existed. That's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna be using that some more. Oh, that looks too similar, doesn't it? Oh yeah. I suppose we could keep the adjustment layer on and make sure that it fits still. Oh, that got a lot lighter, didn't it? Okay. Alrighty then, let's go back. It's way up top. Let's get out of the selection here. All right. Now, let's get up here and start playing. Yep, that's in the pocket. All right. That's sort of down there. So let's take this one and just put it down. Let's see how that goes. Oops. And get rid of this guy now too. Still doing okay. All right, and now this guy is right smack dab in the middle. So let us take this and bring it down to the middle. I wonder, even saturating it a little bit more could be fun. Yeah, I guess that's just what happens when you take orange and turn it into that. It just becomes brown. But brown's good. Brown's like leaves. Nice. Okay. Yep, still looking good. All right. Now, next up is this guy. And for this, I wanted to switch over to the reds. So that's here. Oh, but first let's get rid of that and see where this is. Yeah, it's just below the bottom. So let's get back to here. And we will take this a little deeper red right below the middle. Saturate it more. Yeah, I'm having it kind of get saturated as it moves over. And it already seems dark, but I know in comparison to everything else, it will start to look less like that. Okay. Yep, and that's a little darker too. Okay, last one. Nope, second to last one. What am I talking about? Let's bring this down again. Saturate it a little bit more. And that will be where we go from. One more time. You could almost keep the end one the same, but we've got a theme going on, so I'm going to make sure that it's also red. Okay, we've got this, so now let's just bring it way down. Maybe even, that doesn't really change much, does it? That's all right. But we will get a little hint of very deep maroon on this one. Yep, there we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got kind of like a little 70s kind of thing going on. So we're coming up on an hour, so I want to finish this up with something sort of easy. I think from here I should take some of these colors. In fact, maybe let's go back to our original image for inspiration. And you know what? I'm going to oh, I should have done this in the reverse order. Okay. Oh, but then these have to be the opposite direction. I learned recently that the word harvest didn't originally mean harvest in the way that we use it now. It was originally the name of the season, the harvest season, although maybe it was called the harvest season because they were, whatever. I don't know the actual etymology, but I know that even if it was the time that you harvested the crops, it was also just called harvest. So I've sort of enjoyed taking that on. I don't really like, the word fall is good. Fall's one of my favorite seasons. Fall's one of my most favorite seasons. And, but fall makes it sound like, well, you're falling, right? And I think there's something much nicer about, calling it something different, like harvest, for instance, or, fall, harvest, autumn. Autumn is maybe even an even better one for it. You know what? Let's just add the glasses to. Add them down at the bottom. Fun. Okay, now, what else? We need to finish up with the sky in the background. Taking inspiration from this, I really like the cloud cover. So let's mess with that. I'm going to maybe just do a very light sky blue behind me. Keep it normal. Yeah, let's get rid of this so we're not. And in fact, it will be much easier to even just do this. There we go. Okay. Now, let's get painterly with it. In fact, maybe even... It's cloudy skies these days. I think we need something. Now, I could just make it easy on myself and just say clouds. Let's see. Just in case I want to move them around. Yeah, I miss someone. Sometimes the autumn makes me think of that. I think the autumn makes people think about a lot of things. That's maybe why I like it, because it's a reflective time of year. I do like what we've got going on, but I feel like it's almost like, do I need to be bigger? I should, just to keep with the theme. Yeah, breaking that line right there feels a little bit better. Oh, but I moved the glasses up. Oops. Nope, now I gotta resize that. Now it would be easier to just make them their own. I will admit this is one of the things that is kind of a hassle about Procreate. I mean, not that it would be any different in... Oh wait, I want to grab it from up here. Yeah, that's better. Obviously, I need to just drag it from the middle. Then I don't get any of that. I don't get it taking away anything. Okay, this is kind of looking fun. It needs... I would smooth out these edges a little bit more. Maybe I can just quickly go in, blend the edges a little bit. Ooh. Do I like that or do I hate it? Maybe I just don't want it to be quite as intense. Let's try this. Now, you know what? I want it to be like watercolor. I want it to look like Just the edges kind of mixing into one another. But still keeping a little bit of definition. I guess let's try wet glaze and see what happens. Move my mic here since I'm getting closer to the camera. That's a thing I've got to keep an eye out on, how close I get to the camera. Whoa! Too big, but that's cool. I like that. Oh, it's tough. Okay, maybe actually what I want is more just like a little bit of motion blur, noise. No, that's not doing much. Oh, this will be funny. Let's just try this. See what happens. Oh, you need more of a pattern for this to actually be working or doing anything. Well, you know what? Screw it. I think that it's better to focus on the background now. This just makes me want to try. Now let's. I want yet, except that I want something green above my head. Let's try this for now. Oh. It's like fake calligraphy. That's actually kind of sort of like that. I just wish that the lines. All right. It's kind of stupid, but I kind of like it. In fact, maybe this comes above and it starts peeking its way in to below. Yeah. Where does that land in the frame? Yeah, it looks a little odd. But maybe... Okay, we just take this as inspiration and we start making something different. Much simpler, a little bit more elegant. What is this? Like a dragon in the sky. Or kites. Yeah, there's something to this simplicity. That's kind of fun. Why don't we try some yellow in there as well? Just a nice light yellow. Or this is getting more in the olive territory, which isn't bad either. Let's make it smaller. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. What if it's just another thing behind this and just needs something to balance it out. Oh, it kind of starts to look like my hair. This is starting to get into kind of like drapery. Yep, we're hitting 11:23, so I'm trying to keep these to reasonable lengths, not waste nobody's time. What does that look like? It's interesting, but not totally to my liking. Even that's kind of fun. In fact, maybe this is all just behind the clouds. That makes a little bit more sense. Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Yeah, okay. This is kind of fun. I think once I added that layer of it to be... And let's go back. Let's add some more clouds. This is a different kind of cloud, but let's go to try. In fact, maybe if we make it more blue and take the opacity down, that'll be fun. Nah, it should be a little darker. And you know what? I do want it to be the normal clouds. Where was that? There you go. Not that dark. Here. Oh, and this side could maybe even be a little... That's like complementary colors on both sides a little bit. No ways to grow a reading rainbow. This is good, but it needs to be a little less intense. And I don't know, maybe the doodles don't even go. Oh, there we go. Fewer doodles. I mean, that's kind of fun too. Let's... Nope, not color balance. I want to mess with the curves. Let's take the green down. Oh, that's not what that's going to do. Yeah, this just needed to be a little bit more on the drab olive side of things. It sticks out like a sore thumb now. You know what? Yeah, it should be darker on the left side. Okay, let's try it. And then this should actually be darker. Looks too dark to me, but... And just for funsies, I'm going to hit it with a little bit more white. Just to even things out a little bit. And I think this would actually be fun to have very light, tiny, thin doodles in the background, although maybe not that. It's almost like it ends up looking like it's cross-hatched or something in there. Maybe that's kind of dumb. I don't know. Let's bring it down. You know I can't help myself. I always want to add some kind of symbol above my head. I'm going to try not to make this an ongoing theme. But let's try it. Yeah, man, I don't know. It looks just kind of like a weird alphabet letter. This one should probably be behind the clouds a little bit, and then this can kind of... And it gives it just a little bit of personality. Well, it's 11:30. I should call it quits. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Yeah, it turned out weird, but I like messing with the colors. I don't think it's a total success. Honestly, it's kind of better without the doodles. Yeah, it just needs to come down. Multiply. Or not at all. Not you. Let's make it nice and simple. I'd say that when it auto, you don't even see it. It just kind of exists right above my head. Does that alter anything worth seeing? Nah, that's pretty good. Yeah, simple is good. Simple is better. Always better. Always aim for simplicity, people. So, there you have it. There is my Harvest Evan. Psychedelic Harvest Evan. Yeah. This has been fun. You can find this post on my Instagram at @ArtOfEvanK. Obviously, you're watching this on YouTube. Follow, like, and subscribe, or don't. You know what? I dare you not to. I dare you to avoid subscribing to me for as long as you can. Oh, what a rebel. Man, what a punk this guy is. And yeah, there'll be a little time-lapse video up of this on my Instagram as well. Hope you enjoy this content. Come back again for more selfie doodles, and come back for Saturday morning cartoons, 10 a.m. Saturdays. I'm going to try to keep doing this as normally as I can. It's fun. It's good practice, and I like playing with colors, playing with my face, doing stuff. All right. Have a great rest of your week and your weekend. I love getting to draw for you guys. I think it's a lot of fun, and let's do it again soon.